Hello everybody and welcome back to Waylander Gaming. This is Waylander here with Skenkel bringing you some national test matches here, Skenkel. We're gonna see South African women up against the Mauritian ladies. Who are you favoring? No biased opinions here. I know you're South African, but come, let's keep this neutral, my friend.
Well, good evening everyone. I'm looking at the names here, bro. Some of these names are very familiar, coming from both teams. I mean, from Team South Africa and Team Mauritius. I've had the pleasure to play with members of both sides. So, I don't know. Let me give you my decision after the draft is made.
After the draft is always good. Yeah, these are, as you said, are well known to one another as well. They're, as we say, frenemies across the ocean, across the Indian Ocean. Mauritius, not too far away from us here in South Africa, so we do play a lot against one another on the same server. So these players definitely will know each other really well. I'm expecting to see a firecracker of a game, though I must admit the South African ladies team, they performed excellently well in the last two rounds, the last two test matches that we featured them in. So I'm expecting big things from them, but we can't count Mauritius out. They do have a strong lineup, as we can see here as well. But Skenkel, we're going to be getting into the drafting phase really soon, and we're going to find out which of these two teams is going to be getting the better draft, and then our opinions can swing in favor of that. Though a lot of people are already in the live chat, they're already getting their votes in. There's a definite bias, definite skew towards South Africa. 75% of the votes are so far going that way.
Damn, that's high, bro. So, before we go into the drafting phase, let me just get the lobby bans through. Alright, so Team South Africa banned out Melissa and Florin, and Mauritius responded with the Lucas and the Chip. So, without further ado, let's get into the drafting phase. As we jump into the drafting phase, Team South Africa does have the first pick and the first ban going into this first match. However, that will swap out going into the second match as we see Iwin with the first ban for the side of Team SA. Women's SA.
Ooh, Sushin. Sushin, no matter what they've been doing to Sushin, right? Sushin's been still up there. I mean, especially if you're going to be a roamer or even an XP laner. Sushin is like any roamer XP laner's nightmare. It's like you want to go in, you want to do some poke damage, you want to go and disrupt, force out some skills. There's this mage. She just picks you up and drops you somewhere else. Continuously.
Yeah. But the displacement coming in from Zushin is a pesky annoyance, as we do see Team Mauritius does ban out Kalia, and Team SA responds by removing the Alpha from the equation.
That's true. No, that's true. Okay. So Alpha Kalia. Alpha is quite a decent pick, especially if you want to go for a more tanky composition. Without too much of hard CC, he can melt through those tanky lineups, the frontliners. Granger is the next ban for the side of Mauritius, but notice so far, Skenkel, not many XP lane bans, as we've seen has been the theme recently in a lot of games that we've been casting.
Oh, bro. I mean, just looking at last night's matches, XP lane bans were the themes, as you mentioned. We do see Rose picking up Badang. That was definitely my first pick here that I wanted to pick up last night. Kimchi picking up Sicilian, and Mimi picking up Camilla with the Cursed Blood. Dimple Druid, oh my gosh, this draft is going fast, as Dimple Druid does pick up the Faza. And Iwin is showing us Honeybee. Will it be Honeybee though? Nope, swaps up with the Matilda. We will be seeing that Matilda airwaves coming into the player. I mean, Matilda allowing for a quick, easy escape or a very fast engagement.
I wonder if we're going to see the Fulvius picked up. CC is still available, right? But I would be thinking, if I was on the side of Mauritius, I would be thinking about the Fulvius pick. Fulvius into Badang. Badang is going to have a nightmare of a time in that XP lane. But CC, still a monster though.
Bro, CC is definitely a monster. So we do see Mauritius picking up CC, banning out Joy for their final ban for the side of Mauritius. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a best of two matches. So we will see this match playing out for these teams facing off one another twice in this series. We just wait for Ivan to bring.
Dead.
Oh, never mind. As I mentioned, that she bans out Clint. Clint, bro, yo, Clint does a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's always been there and thereabouts. There are some very, very meta marksmen right now. I would be thinking, like right now in the gold lane, I wouldn't mind going for a Herald pick. But we'll get to see what the players are thinking of in terms of their combinations. Octavia Law going for the Claude pick. Claude hasn't been meta for a while, but has a really insane wave clear. Very difficult to lock down as well. It looks like Awan is gonna wanna get that Hanabi going. Getsuka just flashing around a couple of jungles. Suyu is still available. Nolan is still available. There's a Fanny pick there. Interestingly enough, will we get to see the Fanny?
What's your
No, that's the Julian. So Getsuka does settle on the Julian, and Iwan does go for the Moskov and not the Hanabi.
Yeah, you would want to go for a more fighter kind of pick with a Matilda around. I mean, you don't want to go for straight assassin. She does help the assassins, but most assassins do have a large amount of mobility themselves. So with a fighter, especially like a Julian and a Badang, that little bit of extra sustain, that little bit of extra escapability does play a part. And looks like we're going to see a Bane in the jungle.
Yes, sir. As I just wanted to mention, the Bane doesn't have the retribution just yet, and Mitsua 083 does pick up that retribution. So, I cast my vote now.
The drops are quite good from both teams, though.
It is, bro. It is. I mean, both teams does have a meta hero. I mean, Faza does a lot of damage. Julian, in my opinion, Julian will always be in the meta. Badang, even though he got nerfed, he's got nice set. This is all going to come down to set team fights and off picks. So if I have to choose, I would go with Team South Africa here. And that's unbiasedly saying that.
Well, they do have to worry about that Camilla combination, because Camilla combines here with CC and Bane really, really well. CC is like when she goes in with that stuns of hers, well, actually that poke damage of hers is a bit crazy. But let's get to see.
Look at the new map, Ninja Assemble.
Yeah. No, I do have the new map switched on, so you know we get to see. Listening to some nice Asian music in the background. Julian starting off his red buff. Matilda doing what Matilda does best and just goes in, gets a bit of vision, tries to cause a little bit of chaos. Fasa with a decent wave clear, a little bit better than the Sicilian. We shall see them rotate. I mean, this pairing here from South Africa in the mid lane with the Fasa Matilda is going to cause crazy plays because their mobility is off the charts. They can really travel around the map at record-breaking times. They are waiting. They're allowing Matilda just to do what she needs to do. Poke out, give some vision. Because Julian, as we know, Julian doesn't really need the level 4. Julian's a level 3 kind of hero. He's starting off this the blue crab. Matilda gets the poke once more onto Mimine on that Camilla.
Yeah, bro, this is so at the minute and a half, right, there's no first blood yet. Team South Africa does have that 200 gold lead. However, we will see this rotation from Team South Africa going to the bot lane. I think the first blood is only going to fall by the first turtle fight. Mentioning that, the first turtle is going to spawn up in the next 15 seconds.
Oh, nice cap out here by Team SA. They get the non-second skill. The Sanguine Gloss does come out. There's going to be a lot of damage being dealt here. There's going to be the Revitalize. The Deadly Catch comes out from the Bane. CC is into the mix, but Badang seals the deal, locks him into position, and it's going to be Hikari. First blood there. South Africa picking it up. It was Fasa with the first blood for Team SA.
Yeah, mentioning that the Dimple Druid had that perfect position with the Faza, you know, just a bit out, but getting that damage in and set. So beautiful first blood.
Yeah. bit of a small invade there going the way of South Africa. They do want to put a bit of pressure here onto the Merchant ladies, but Bane managing to secure his objective, opted to without your XP lane present. I mean, you don't really want to go contest for the first turtle. There's so much a disaster could happen from there. As we're just following Dimple Druid and Isla, making that quick rotations as we were talking about. Claude checking out the bushes. Sanguine Claws out from the Sicilian, doesn't manage to catch onto anybody, just throws a couple of bat blasts there, wants to bulls the stacks, checks the bushes as well. But Matilda doing an excellent job of just zoning and giving vision for the team here. But we do have Mauritius. They are quite bunched up together in the top lane. They're saying safety in numbers. They know they have this late game kind of composition. They're waiting to get towards that moment where their power spikes are going to kick in. Badang once more with the rotation. There's this going to be is there going to be a stun coming out? No, they're just poking onto that Camilla. Circling Eagle still available for the Matilda. Julian into the mix. She throws out the guiding winds. Only Fasa uses it to get repositioned just to make sure the wave pressure is in there. Matilda once more doing the zoning onto the Bane. We are 40 seconds away from this next major objective, so this is the time where Camilla does have that power spike. She does have the Cursed Blood. The Bat's Feast is available as well. CC's in the mix, clearing the waves, but Dung, he does have the first crack. He's in the front lines here as well, just waiting patiently. They're trying to put pressure here. They know it's still another 20 seconds or so. Are they going to go for this jungle invade? Julian trying to get the buff pulled across. Camilla comes in. There's a first crack coming out from the Badang. Lands onto two. The follow-up. Fasa with the feathered airstrike. Nukes from the sky as they manage to just not take down anybody. That's the first kill. It's gonna be Bane. Moskov with the Spear of Destiny, deciding Bane's fate, getting him eliminated from the equation. Will want to make a rotation back quickly. Doesn't want to give too much of gold away to the Claude there, but this is gonna be second turtle uncontested to the side of SA.
Yeah, with that Bane being removed from the equation, that did give Team SA the opportunity and to take the turtle with no contestation, as you mentioned. So, just before the 5-minute mark, we do see Team SA having a 2.6k gold.
Oh, there's the engagement. It's going to be the blazing duets coming up from Matilda, but she walks it off. That guiding wind shield just giving her all the help she needed. So many ultimates being cast there. It was good. It was the blazing duets and the deadly catch coming through.
I would have more said she flew it off, but walked it off is awful fine.
Yeah. So Claude is actually going to be a little bit of a win condition here, and Sicilian for the side of Team Mauritius. They're going to have to try to slow things down. The gold lead is going the way of Team SA, but in terms of compositions, it's Moskov that has the late game scaling for Team South Africa. Mauritius, though, they do have a double late game scaling. They're going to want to try to slow this down. They're all staying safe underneath the turret. If they make this move across here, there's going to be Matilda. Throws out the guiding winds a little bit early there. They're going in for the invade. Second skill comes in from the Julian. There's the deadly catch. We're into the Cursed Blood. Will we see the follow-up? Bat's Feast is there. The first crack does land. CC, she's into the mix there. Throws out the Vengeance. Can she get something done? It's going to be a 2-for-1 exchange going the way of Team South Africa. Make that a 3-for-1. Moskov using that Spear of Destiny beautifully there this hour and managing to get another pick off into the backline.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I'm looking at Team SA right here. I mean, they pretty much, they're going for the full set, as we do see the Blazing Duet coming from Claude onto Faza, but she's on Fairy and she flies away with that pigeon. But nonetheless, what I wanted to say is Team SA, they're currently getting the set and they're going full send.
Yeah. They're not hesitating or waiting. They're going in as a unit, as a team, is what you expect from everybody. So right now, Julian starting up this turtle. This is the third and final turtle of the game. Matilda once more frontlining, Badang making the rotation across. There's a feathered airstrike from the Fasa. Julian manages to secure the buff. The Circling Eagle comes out from the Matilda. They manage to take down the Claude. The pressure is on here. Blazing Duets did come out. The Cursed Blood is in there. The first crack as well, but the Revitalize healing everybody up. It's gonna be a 4-for-nothing exchange. Only CC left alive. South Africa in Mauritius jungle, going for a bit of a jungle invade here. The pressure being placed here onto the top lane. It's going to be the Moskov and Matilda with the 1 minion. Kind of cool looking minion now if you take a look at it.
Yeah, bro. I need to say the new minions and the new map is pretty much refreshing. I have to say, good job by Moonson here with this new theme.
Yeah. Though I would say it's a little bit confusing to know which one's the wagon and which one's not. I know the size difference is there, but you know when you're playing and you're in a rush, you're trying to check multiple things all at the same time. CC, this is going to be this wraparound here, with the clock and a wraparound. Guiding winds are from the Matilda underneath the turret, but CC is not really somebody you want to dive underneath the turret. We've seen CCs do some magical things in a 1v everybody situations.
Yeah, that's an alt first skill and then jump onto them, and using them as a trampoline, I mean, that's a deadly combo.
Oh my goodness, they go through. Very nicely done. The Circling Eagle did come out there. CC did land an ultimate, but it's going to be another tier 1 turret. That's all the tier 1 turrets down for the side of Mauritius. They did manage to trade on the top lane, put a lot of pressure, didn't get the kill, but took down a tier 1 turret here in the gold lane. And all of this with 20 seconds to go to the next major objective, which is the Lord.
So, just before the 9-minute mark, Team SA extending that gold lead to 6.6k. So, we do see the first Lord is going to spawn up in... Oh, now.
Oh, look at that.
Look at the
It's Madara. Oh, that's so cool.
Okay.
We have a bit of a pause. I think it might be a bit of a lag issue. We'll just wait for the organizers to let us know what is happening. But I know, Scarpscankle, you were just about as surprised as I am to see Madara pop up there.
Bro, I was 100%. Yeah, I mean, it seems like this new map is just full of surprises. It's only the turtle that didn't get a revamp and the normal jungle.
Yeah, that's true. But well, it is a pretty cool map. The background music is quite entertaining as well. I don't know if you can hear it.
No, I can't. My sound is muted.
Oh. It's a very different feel to it in terms of the look. But into the game itself, just considering the situations right now, it's 10-1 in terms of kills going South Africa's way. And normally, well, in certain situations, you will see teams get the kills but not translate it into any amount of control. Right now, South Africa, not just the kills, but the map control as well. So, Scarpscankle, if you are the side of Mauritius, what will the plan be to try to get back?
Set up discipline. Make sure that if a team SA does push those tier 2 turrets, that they don't get the shields cracked onto the tier 3 turrets. I'll definitely defend those tier 3 turrets, and then just very much wait for the minions to come in so that we can get the farm up and get the gold decreased.
So as we can see, Team Mauritius, they're opting from contesting for this first lot of the game. They want to go for a bit of a double push, but Fist Crack does come out from the Badang, manages to get back to safety as well. Oh, Spear of Destiny from the Moscow lands into the mix. Vengeance manages to come out. It is a 1-for-1 exchange. Moscow was taken down there, but Octavia Law, there's a Circling Eagle coming out. The feathered airstrike from the far side, but the mobility is there from the CC Bane being chased down here. Julian and Matilda don't want to give it up. Will we see that enhanced third skill? I thought we would see it. The knock up, the finish.
I wanted to say the Lord is marching down the mid lane, but that doesn't look like the Lord to me. Mardra is marching down the mid lane. Will he be able to engage onto the tier 2 turret in the mid lane?
Will be a bit difficult. CC is building, Sicilian is building up his stacks. Oh, there's an engagement here. Blazing duets from the clock, but he's gonna get CC'd up. Oh my goodness, manages to take down the Badang, but it's a 1-for-1 trade overall. However, this tier 2 turret eliminated from the equation.
So, we do see, just before the 11 minutes mark, that Team South Africa is not releasing that pressure. They take down yet another tier 2 turret in the top lane. So it's only the mid lane's tier 2 turret that's still up, and a successful jungle invade.
Playing fairly passively. at this moment, I would say Team SA. Knowing that they have the advantage and discipline is key, so they use the Lord, achieved objectives as the ones they wanted to, take down a couple of tier 2 turrets, and then hopefully just slow the game down until they can get the potential pickups and power spikes necessary to put the foot on the gas and accelerate right now. Whereas Team Mauritius, they've got to stick together. They've got to be playing the safe game. They don't have the map control, but they do have the late game scaling on their side. So as we can see, Team Mauritius sticking around here in the mid lane. They don't want to separate from one another. Sticking kind of close. As we know, they're going to have to get their farm all together and wait for the right moment, which could happen in the next just slightly over 30 seconds or so, where we'll see the next Lord of the game coming up. Another Murderer marching down. This time around, I don't think it's going to be marching down the mid lane.
It should be in the top lane, as we do see that shield has been cracked in the top lane.
Yeah, but we have hit the 12-minute mark, so no shields available all the way around. But once more, it looks like Team Mauritius, they're opting against going for the contest of the Lord. They're moving as a full 5-man team. Well, are they going to try for like a hard push here? Maybe take down a tier 3 turret? Possibly. I mean, they're all moving together. Oh, they're going for the recall. I thought they were going to go for like a full-on push. The Lord's almost done here, as we see Moskov getting the last hit on the new Lord.
Yeah, pretty much that rotation was just to keep Lord safe, I suppose, to get potentially that tier 2 turret down. But that was an unsuccessful push coming in from Team Mauritius on that off-lane push, as we do see Marja is stalling in the top lane as predicted.
Yeah. Matilda once again giving a really nice vision. South Africa moving into a 4-1 split. They've got the Batang in the bot line, getting the push up there. Matilda with the guiding winds out once more. They want to put a lot of pressure. There's a feathered airstrike from the far side, trying to zone. Look at the damage being dealt there onto the Sicilian. He's gonna have to recall there. The Lord being allowed to freely push onto the top lane tier 3 turret, and so taken down a little bit low in terms of health, but still with this 12-minute Lord, still no tier 3 turrets being removed from the equation. Could this prove to be a bit dangerous for Team South Africa? The lack of aggression with the Lord.
Well, it could potentially cause some problems for them. I mean, especially if the Sicilian and then starts coming online, as we do see the first crash from Batang coming in. The Winter Crown is committed the feathered airstrike as well. Sicilian does get the pick off onto Matilda. Moskov continues and gets the kill onto Cici, as we do see the knockup from Bane coming in. However, Moskov is in the base. He's doing a lot of damage. Will he be able to capitalize here on Camilla? Yes, sir, he does. Or shall I say, yes, he does, as Moskov gets the tier 3 turret and a triple kill. Will we see a Maniac here? Maniac for Moskov.
Can he go for the savage? Come on, Moskov, go for it. Go for it. It's just a card. Go in. Don't lock onto the base. Go for it. It's there. Come.
Oh, that would have been a stolen savage.
Yeah, that is true.
GG's well played to both teams. I'm very excited to see how Team Mauritius is going to respond after this first match. Especially because this was pretty much, I mean, if you look at the scores, it was pretty much one-sided from Team SA, as we do see Iwan picking up the MVP with that Moskov and a Maniac right at the end.
So, how are Team Mauritius going to respond? They would have seen a little bit more about the picks and combinations that Team South Africa has been going for. So they're probably going to have a strategy for that, which is going to get the balls and who dealt what damage up on screen so everyone can see the statistics. And, well, we're going to be jumping straight into the next match there, Skankel. As everybody gets the lobby prepared, I'm just going to put us back on screen and we'll get to see what's happening.
Let me just get the people back into the lobby as we are back. So, yeah, this is... bro, this is going to be exciting. I'm definitely predicting some respect bans coming in here.
Yes. Definitely some respect bans. The teams will be switching sides, so it's going to be Mauritius this time round with the first picks first bans. I wonder how that's going to affect their strategy going through. But like you said, there will definitely be some respect bans. I'm expecting that Matilda to be removed from the equation. Matilda is just such a fantastic roam at this moment in time.
100%. I mean, and Matilda, she actually combines so well with your fighters. I didn't expect, like you mentioned, the Julian having that high mobility. I didn't expect it to go off as well. I actually thought the Matilda is there to give Badang actually the mobility to get into the front line. But yeah, nonetheless, that just worked out perfect.
Yeah, Matilda gives that extra bit of oomph when it comes to fighter tank jungles. So when you see a Julian in the mix and Alpha as well, she does give them that extra bit of sustainability, because fighters, as we know, they have built into their typical statistics the ability to sustain to a certain degree. And then with Matilda there, with the escapability and the shields from the guiding winds, it really does give them that ability to pack an extra bit of punch. Can be combined with assassin jungles as well, though the pairing is not as devastating as it is when it comes to the fighter tank meta.
So, with that being mentioned, right, we do get the lobby bans. It is Chip and Kalia, and Melissa and CC being the bans, as we do see Team Mauritius saying, banning the Melissa all of the time ain't necessary.
Always nice to see a bit of banter from the players.
Always good. So good luck and have fun to both teams as we jump into the second match. Team South Africa women up against Team Mauritius women. So into the drafting phase we go. The Team Mauritius with the first ban in the drafting phase. Kimchi having the first ban for Team Mauritius.
I wonder if they're going to go for the spec ban straight off the bat.
I'm very curious to see this, because I'm looking at the timer. Ooh, Team Mauritius respecting the Badang from the previous match. Dimple Druid with a response. So I hear Mads and my mother is busy with some naughty plans here. Some surprise that they want to do for me tomorrow.
Let's make the whole
I'm not supposed to know, but not knowing, I can hear them. As we do see Dimple Druid batting out Florin.
They're trying to eliminate a potential early game composition from the side of Mauritius. Florin is quite a strong support. I think maybe one of the best supports at this moment in time. The heals she provides is just unreal.
Oh, with that being said, we do see Granger being removed from the equation, and Zushin once more. But she are picking up Lucas. Not even waiting, picking up Lucas. Lucas with his new, his balanced out ult that doesn't just focus on single damage, but focusing on a group. I mean, that is very vital, as we do see Islam picking up Camilla and Dimple Druid picking up Cecilian. It's like they're swapping out the heroes. So Kimchi picking up Eve, Octavia Law with the next pick. Will she pick or will she swap out?
Always on the way.
And Matilda getting picked up.
Matilda.
So,
I wonder
Matilda,
whether the real world manipulation works with the guiding winds. Wouldn't that be something to see?
That would. So let's see how that one plays out. Because I mean, we did try. With which hero was it? It will come back to the mind now. As we do see Katsuka picking up Hayabusa. I'm very interested to see this Matilda Lucas combo, bro. That's going to be problematic.
Very. Because Lucas's sustain is crazy.
Erethal being banned out of the equation. Octavia Law with the final ban for Team Mauritius.
Well, CC is still available, so they might want to get rid of a CC.
CC was banned out in the lobby.
Okay.
As we do see Team Mauritius getting rid of carry. So that seems like they will be going for a tanky XP.
Definitely. I mean, why else would you ban out carry?
Yeah, Ivan currently showing us Aeon. Sorry, my bad. If she does pick up Kimmy is brutal at this point, bro. That ult, getting that CC and doing that constant damage with her first skill. You see Octavia Law picking up Pupil and Koopa. And as expected, Hickory picking up Gacha.
Interesting with the Popel and Koopa pick there.
For gold lane. Oh, Rose, showing us Phobius. Will it be Phobius though? Yes, sir, it's Phobius. So with that does conclude the drafts and the final match for Team South Africa up against Team Mauritius. Well, if you're looking at the drafts, whose draft are you favoring here, bro?
Bit difficult to say. I do like the combination plays that can come up from Team Mauritius, I must admit. But it's the Popel and Koopa pick that I'm not too sure about. I know he has a very strong laning phase, but and pretty decent late game scaling. But up against Kimmy,
yeah, that's true.
Could have a decent time. It's going to come down to the gold lane battle, in my opinion. Kimmy is quite broken at the moment in time. At this moment in time.
Yes, that revamp made a monster. But with that being said, bro, I'm just quickly going to step to the bottom clip. I'll see you now.
Alright, so back to our Japanese or ninja themed map. Sadly, we're not getting to see any of the new Naruto skins. Would have liked to have seen one or two of them, but anyway, it is what it is. Into the game we go. This time round, we are watching the teams start off on opposite ends of the jungle, so no Clash of the Titans in the early game. But we move on to the battle of the mid lanes. It's going to be Eve up against the Sicilian, Matilda scouting out the jungle on one end, Camilla on the other. So both teams know where each other will be. Eve, that's slow. I was actually watching, when I did the casting for the Egyptian ladies versus the Moroccan ladies team. The Egyptian ladies use this Eve-Matilda combination so well. The amount of pressure they put in control in the early part of the game was crazy. But let's get to see how Mauritius are going to be using this. South Africa already in position nice and early. Octavia Law manages to avoid the Sanguine Claws and get back to the safety of the tier 1 turret here in the gold lane. So throwing out a couple of skills there, wants to get a bit of poke in. Popel and Koopa does have a pretty decent range, you could say, once he lets that dogger off its leash. Eve scouting out the bushes, gets stunned up. There's gonna be oh my goodness, that guiding wins as the Hayabusa gets his ultimate off there. The Shadow Ninja doesn't manage to catch up to anybody. The layering of stuns there by Mauritius, beautifully executed. I almost thought that Ketsuka was gonna be in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, in the bot lane here, we see Mauritius going in on a 2v1 situation onto Rose on that Phobius, but Phobius is such a deadly customer. They do manage to bait out the Vengeance, so no Vengeance will be available. The first turtle of the game is up and running. Well, actually not really running, just being moved a little bit to the side. Camilla wants to gain a little bit of vision here, just trying to delay this engagement as Hayabusa is trying to take his blue buff before he comes in here. The turtle is really low. Phobius is into the mix. Phobius goes in. The turtle goes away of Lucas. Phobius with the engagement. Real well manipulation does come out. Lucas turns around. Beast form out. Beast form indeed. Shadow kill not enough. It's gonna be the hunt on. It's the turtle and 2 kills. Circling eagle. Will we see the finisher? Yes, it's Kimichi World. The clothesline there at the end. As it's a 3-for-0 exchange going the way of Mauritius and the turtle as well. Oh, look at the pressure coming through.
just before the 3-minute mark. This is looking like an entirely different match than the previous match.
Yeah. Look at the pressure being placed by Popol and Koopa onto the Kemi. Forcing the lane push, allowing Matilda just to create the space that's necessary. Zoning. Throws out a trap. There's the vision. Stun comes through. It's the guiding winds, making sure that Popol is safe. Kemi clearing the wave out there. And so Popol should be able to get that final gold minion, the gold wagon there.
Yes, indeed. So,
yeah, both teams rotating fairly quickly across the map. No ganks yet, all the kills happening around the turtle, the first turtle of the game.
so yeah, Team Mauritius picking up that 1.8k gold lead just before the 4-minute mark with the 3 kills advantage still. But I do see the mid lane turret that shield is almost halfway done.
Oh, Curse Blood comes out from the Kamala. There's the follow-up from the team. Sanguine Claws into the Bat's Feast is there. The real world manipulation pops. Lucas going absolutely ham. Oh my goodness, managed to get a kill. Everybody's escaping with like 1 HP. Kimmy goes into the mix, just managing to zone everybody away. That was so close. I thought he was set for a triple kill there. Managed to get 1 but 2 from Team SA, managing to escape by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah. Lucas was like, I'm going to go full send here, and then nearly picking out that triple kill, as you said, bro. I mean, what a play coming in from Team Mauritius in that engagement. However, it was pretty much fairly even with both sides taking a kill each.
Here, Gatto trying to get that Avatar Guardian, does manage to land onto 2. Lucas with a beautiful retribution steal there, the follow-up from the team. Popol and Koopa out there, the Bat's Feast is there from the Sicilian Phobius. Frontlining like a god as Rose sets it up and Kimmy knocks them down. It's gonna be a 4-for-2 exchange going in the favor of Team SA. They did lose the turtle, so I would say the trade-off was slightly in the favor of Team SA. The gold even attests to that.
Yeah, so we do see that gold lead getting shredded down to only 400.
Yeah, first tower of the game being removed by Kimmy there. Kimmy with that rapid fire shots. Camilla scouting out the jungle right now. It's 6-5. Everything is pretty even except for the 1 turret at this moment in time, going in the favor of Team South Africa. Mauritius, they've got to get their gameplay back online. We'll just check the bulls that everybody has, so we know where the damage is really going to be coming from. But Phobius got the Thunderbelt up and running, managed to front line like a boss there, helping the team win that major team fight. So Phobius, just speaking of Phobius, gets the lane pushed in there. The team is making a rotation towards Gatto, though I don't think Gatto is the type of hero you want to go gank in underneath the turret. Has crazy amounts of sustain. It is still another 30 seconds to the 3rd and final turtle of the match. Team SA opting for the 4-1 split, whereas Mauritius, they are pulling into their 4-1 split as well. They're just leaving the 2 MMs in the top lane. Oh, looks like there's going to be a bit of an engagement here onto the Phobius, but Phobius manages to reposition back to safety as we're watching Team South Africa already get into position around this neutral objective. Though both XP laners are not in the equation, they're still battling it out. Gatto, I think maybe heard my words, making the rotation, using the river speed to try to get into position. Lucas scouting out bushes there. South Africa got a nice camp going on. There's the stun. The Cursed Blood is in there. It's the Avatar of Guardian. Doesn't manage to catch the real world manipulation. When we see the follow-up, Circling Eagle comes out. The damage is there from Kimmy, but it's going to be 1 taken down from Team South Africa. Lucas manages to once more land a clutch retribution, but Phobius is into the backline. Is he going to be able to get zoned out here? Can they clutch him up? Oh, it's Kimmy with a killing spree. Somehow Phobius is taking through it all. Is eventually taken down, but look at this from the Kimmy. Triple kill for Kimmy. Going on. Will it be a Maniac? Oh, the Maniac gets stolen there. It was the high booster coming in. I don't think Kimmy would have been too happy about that there. But, well, a kill's a kill. Securing our kills.
Yeah, that's there's no I in team, there's only everyone in team.
Everyone in the team. So once more, South Africa taking advantage of the win in the team fight to secure some neutral objectives. They've opened up the map. Tier 2 turret in the top lane, mid lane turret as well. Kimmy, high mobility, knowing there's no real backline dive for her. So she's just going to be marching around, throwing out those shots, dealing that magical damage.
Yeah, so we do see Team SA swinging the gold into their favor now, picking up a 1.4k gold lead, as we do see Kimmy picks up a monster kill onto Purple and Cooper. So at the 8.5 minute mark, 2 kills to the advantage for Team SA and a 1.7k gold lead.
Yeah, Kimmy is quite fed at this moment in time, as we see she's already completed the concentrated energy, has the Feather of Heaven completed as well, going in for probably the Holy Crystal. There's the engagement here onto Gato, taking a lot of damage. The Shadow Kill comes out, Avatar of Guardian used defensively. There's the Cursed Blood in, the Bat's Feast comes out. Lucas manages to get into the beast form, throws out the Unleash the Beast Blast, forcing Team SA away. But Team SA with this map control in position right now to take this first Lord of the game, as we watch Murderer, the Ten Tails Jinchuriki form spawning up.
I can't get over this, but we do see Team SA going for that blue buff invade, as the Sanguine Claws is committed, catching 2. However, Kimmy comes in, gets the godlike onto Lucas. The real world manipulation from Eve is committed as well. However, we do see Team SA coming in with a follow-up there. Hayabusa did commit his shadow kill, and the engagement does continue from Kimmy. Will she get the kill onto... she gets the legendary kill onto Gargacha, but there's a return kill onto Kimmy.
Yeah, the shutdown going the way of Eve. Wanted that final few hits to end it all, but Eve gets the shutdown. The Lord is up with that fight, though. I think they're going to wait for Kimmy and everybody else to respawn before they go for this, because that was a lot of damage that was dealt by everybody. The Bat's Feast from Dumple Druid there on that Sicilian coming in absolutely clutch, just slowing down Sanguine Claws on point, dishing out that damage. The team fight did go the way of Team South Africa. Mauritius now in a little bit of a predicament, but again they do have the combinations to get themselves back into the game. It's all about landing those combos.
Yeah, getting that quick offs, that discipline. I mean, like you say, just the right set can turn the tide, but it's pretty much very difficult against this Camila. I mean, look at that. Cursed Blood, and then the team goes in.
Yeah, real world manipulation comes out from the Eve, but look at the damage here from Team South Africa. They're knocking up with the Phobius and taking them down. It's going to be a 3-for-0 exchange though. Popel and Cooper is going to try and trade all of that off for a tier 2 turret. The shields are up, so he's not going to go for a full-on push there. Phobius goes in just to make sure that nothing too dangerous is going to happen. Popel and Cooper does recall, but the Lord goes uncontested to Team South Africa.
Yeah, indeed so. So, just 20 seconds past the 11-minute mark. Team SA having that 7 kills advantage, plus a 2.1k gold lead.
Oh, Popel and Cooper gets the ultimate out. Look at the damage. Shadow kill from Hayabusa, trying to be used defensively, but oh my goodness. Octavia Law bringing down the Hand of Judgment onto Hayabusa for that blue buff steal.
Hand of Judgment onto Hayabusa. Yeah, that's just unfortunate to get that dead so early on and reduce the engagement onto Purple and Cooper. Avatar of Guardian from Gargacha is committed. However, Purple and Cooper is taken down by the Phobius, but the engagement does continue here. It's a 3-on-2 fight here. Will Kimmy get the damage done and through here, as we do see the Beast from Lucas doesn't do anything much. However, that is another 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Team SA, as we do see Team SA starting this tier 3 turret. Marja does land the finishing blow.
Oh, there's a circling eagle come out. Phobius still frontlining. I'm just gonna sing the same old song. Nerf Phobius. What is this? It's a fountain manages to kill him. Mudride in the base, whacking away at the Nexus there. Mauritius does manage to get the defense off onto that, as this tier 3 turret taken very low here. in the bot lane. Lucas trying to get the defense off. South Africa just opting to take a tier 2 turret. They didn't want to go full in there. That was an opportunity, I would say, Scout Skangle, to end it all. Oh, look at that. The Bats Feast comes out with the real Mlbb manipulation as a counter, but the Circling Eagle is there, not managing to save anybody. It's going to be the Cursed Blood that set it all up. Lucas into the backline. He wants to eat. Gatto is there as well. They're trying to sustain through all of this, but there's Hayabusa. Doesn't manage to get the shadow kill. Mauritius turn it around. 3-for-1 exchange.
I mean, if there was ever a time to get the tides turned for Team Mauritius, now is the time to do so. But I do see they're opting for the split push here. It's 1-1 and 2.
Yeah, they want to try to get some amount of map control on the board. But right now, I'll be thinking for them, it's gonna be a little bit difficult. They need to actually just hope for that counter engagement. Maybe not use try to go, because they don't really have a pick-off strategy. It's all going to be about counter engages. If they can somehow sustain through the Cursed Blood. Mid lane turret pressures being placed here. Purple and Cooper trying to get a couple of hits. There's the Cursed Blood. Lands onto a couple. It's going to be the Guiding Winds back in there. Lucas is into the mix. There's the Avatar of Guardian. The Unleash the Beast. Not managing to do too much. South Africa, they're on the hunt. It's the Shadow Kill coming out from the Hayabusa. Triple kill going the way of Kimmy. As it's going to be a 3-for-1 exchange going the way of South Africa. And this with the Lord being up. Oh my goodness, that's a good play.
Yeah, this is going to put Mauritius in a very sticky position if a Team SA. Well, okay, well they do go for the Lord. I would have actually, if it were you, would you have gone for the finish or get another tier 3 turret push, or would you have gone for the Lord?
In this situation, probably the Lord, because they do have wave clear in with the Purple and Cooper and the Lucas. He can throw out some traps, just slow the waves down. And it would have been a little bit difficult just based on the positioning of the waves to try to get the end. If they had at least 2 waves pushing down or battling down onto the tier 3 turrets, could be. So they, but then that's me, right? I like to err on the side of caution, as they say.
Alright, so we do see the slow push coming in here. Both tier 3 turrets are being focused upon, as we do see Marja just entering the base here at that point of stage. That's another tier 3 turret taken down. Marja is into the base. However, Team SA is not opting to go for the fight inside the base.
Yeah. They just want to take the tier 3 turrets and move back. Being very, very cautious. Oh, there's the Avatar of Guardian. Lands onto 2. The Cursed Blood is into the backline. This is an all-out brawl. The real world manipulation is in there. Let's unleash the beast coming out. So far, it's a 1-for-1 exchange. There's so much damage being dealt all the way across the board. The tier 3 turret in the mid lane did fall, but it was just with all of that Scout Angle, just a 1-for-1 trade-off.
Yeah, there's a lot of sets there. But yeah, just surprising to see that it was only 1 kill each.
Yeah, we couldn't get to say the Mortal Kombat finish him a line there. It's just one person died from each team.
Get over here.
Yeah. No Franco for that one. Okay, I thought Hayabusa might have been lagging a little bit there. I was just watching. Maybe it was probably just checking on bulls, which I think we should do at the same time. It looks like Camilla has picked up the Winter Crown, so you can expect Camilla to start playing a bit more aggressively. Go in, throw out the Cursed Blood. There's an engagement here in the bot lane. There's the Cursed Blood we were talking about here. Phoveus, he's tanking through that front line. Purple and Cooper. Oh, but look at the Guiding Winds from the Matilda, just getting everybody back to safety. The Sanguine Claws coming out from the Sicilian. Doesn't manage to catch onto everybody or anybody. Lots of skills being committed, lots of ultimates, but nobody did. 35 seconds to the Lord.
So I do see Team SA's minions is coming into the base here. Not opting for, once again, not opting for the pickoffs. They're going to set for the Lords. It's a very slow and disciplined match, in accordance to the first one.
Yeah, well, Aesop's fables did teach us the tortoise beat the hare. So maybe slow and steady will win the race. Not stressing too much. Bit of a jungle invade going on here. As we see the sign, Madara has entered the battlefield. Sicilian just throwing out those rats. Building up the stacks, dishing out the damage. Nice zoning here from Team SA. But it looks like Mauritius once more, they're going for a double split. They want to get a bit of push going. Bovius knocking up this Matilda, but Matilda just has way too much mobility to be CC'd up like that. Manages to escape. The Lord going the way of Team South Africa, but it wasn't actually the 18-minute Lord. It was really close to the 18-minute. I wonder if they noticed the time.
No, they did not notice the time. So, here's a quick question for you. If the tortoise or the turtle and the hare would have a race for the first one to get home, who do you think is going to win?
The hare. Aesop's fables kind of things only happen once in a lifetime.
The turtle can just close up in its shell and then it's home.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, it depends what if the tortoise is. I mean, the hare is outside his house. Oh, there's the Avatar of Guardian. Lands onto 2. Will we see the follow-up? It's going to be the dot into the base area. Real world manipulation comes out. It's going to be the Cursed Blood landing. So much damage being dealt out. Oh my goodness. It's a full forward. It's a full T1. So it's Mauritius. They can get the defense. But can they get the finish off here? They need some waves. They need something to be able to push with here. The pressure is being placed on by the waves. But what a combination from Team Mauritius. Full team wipe in the base.
That was deadly defense there, bro. But a quality though. Oh, I mean, oh my word, what happened?
Oh, they got their timing just spot on. That Avatar of Guardian nailed things here. They're gonna go for the push, but I don't think they will be able to take down a tier 3 turret. It will be quite dangerous to try to push for it. Are they gonna try? They are just hovering around here, trying to see if they can make that decision towards doing that, but no. They opt to just disengage as the whole of Team South Africa is now respawned.
Yeah, Team Mauritius is going to go for those half minions wave clears to try and potentially get the slow push back and get the lanes evened out. But it's going to be difficult with the super minions on in favor of South Africa.
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true. We are going towards the 42nd mark, towards the next Lord. This is going to be one of those Lords that hurt. But with the super minions, as you say, and the map control on the side of Team South Africa, very difficult for Mauritius to get into position to contest. They're going to have to manage their waves in a clever manner to be able to do this. Because you don't want to let this Lord go away uncontested.
No, definitely so. And we also do see a lot of the members are starting to sell those items to pick up the immortality. I mean, the immortality item is going to be key in the next team fight.
The second life is always good.
Oh, look at that. So the evolved Marja's got like a Super Saiyan lightning around it.
Yeah, that's quite beautiful to look at. Moonton must be very proud of this. Look at the zoning though from South Africa. Not a prayer. Not a chance. Not a water droplet's chance in hell to get close to contest for that Lord. So with this, Team South Africa will be hoping to close this out. Team Mauritius will be hoping again for one of those massive team fights that they can get their layering on and execution on point and then maybe end this game off. Because if they do get a team wipe like they did the last time round, this is going to be 1 minute before you respawn.
Yeah, it's crazy times now. But Team SA does have the opportunity here to get the followed through. Yeah, they should, and that would then set them up for the next match immediately up against Team Ghana.
Yeah, so the Cursed Blood does come out, but only lands onto 2 there. There's the follow-up from the team. Cattle trying to front line. The Lord making his way to the base. There's the real world manipulation coming out. The Bratz pieces to the backline. Avatar of Guardian only catches onto 2. Lucas does have the immortality. Throws out the Unleash the Beast. The defense is here. South Africa focusing onto the Nexus, and they take it.
Game, set, match going to Team South Africa. Team Mauritius definitely not giving that match to them as the previous match. GG's well played to Mauritius. That was very entertaining and some quality defense coming in there. As we do see Iwan once more picking up the MVP for Team SA. And Mimine picking up the MVP with the Matilda for the side of Team Mauritius.
So as we get ourselves ready for the next game, we're just going to take a small pause. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with you in a few minutes. We're just going to be waiting for Team Ghana to show up. So well played to Team South Africa, taking a clean sweep 2-0 against Team Mauritius. Though they gave us a very entertaining second match there. That was quite something to watch. But as I said, we will be on a bit of a pause. We're going to get the Team Ghana in the house. We'll get the poll up so everybody gets to see who's going to win between, or you get your vote in to see who's going to win between Team South Africa, Team Ghana. Up next.
Just remember to
All right. Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. We are just waiting for the players to click that ready button. Scapscale, have they done the lobby bans already?
Not yet, bro. They're just going through the rules.
Okay. So this is gonna be South Africa up against Ghana. Ghana, we've never featured them before. I'm gonna be quite interested to see how the Ghanaians play. So it's always interesting. I know the viewers at home might be quite interested to see how the Ghanaian team is going to feature here. We're looking at that Ghana flag. They're not really part of our server. They're more towards the central bit of Africa. So, which is why we don't get to see them all that often. There is going to be a bit of lag issues, though, I must admit. There's some rules as to what's going on here. They're going to do a ping test at this moment in time. So while they do the ping test, we will just pause and wait for them to do the ping test, and we'll be back with you the moment all that setup has been checked out. If you haven't already, press that like, share, and subscribe buttons, and we will see you all shortly. Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. We've done our ping tests, we've figured out what they want to do. We're going to get things sorted out, up and running. It's going to be the first in this best of two, South Africa up against Ghana, in what should be a firecracker of a game. I am very excited to see how these Ghanaian ladies are going to be playing. First time to see them in action.
Yeah, indeed. So we do see Faza and Hayabusa getting banned out from Team Ghana, and the Team SA responding with a Camilla and Sicilian ban. So without further ado, let's jump into the drafting phase. Both teams are ready and good to go. As we do see, Team SA has the first ban here in the drafting phase, Ketsuka. So just so that everyone knows out there, right, the first match is going to be played on
Do you want to make friends
our
with
server,
Nana?
and then the second match will be played on Ghana's server, as we do see Ketsuka banning out the Nana. Flammable with the response from Team Ghana.
Nana, interesting ban that. Probably
Need some
did some
stitches?
homework,
I can
did
help.
Team South Africa, because Nana's not a typical ban.
Yeah, and Team SA has been banning out Melissa both matches previously. So yeah, the Team Ghana pretty much just giving them that free ban.
There's a lot of people who don't want to face up against Melissa, as well as Zushin. Team South Africa not letting it the Zushin go free in any of the games. Get rid of the Zushin, and Ghana responds with the Granger ban. So it looks like they're hard focusing the gold lane.
And it seems like Team SA is hard focusing the mid lane. As we do see Team SA, Howard picks up Hakimi once more.
So, who's next?
MVP in the last game with the Kimi, and Scarletta X with the Monkey King there, son.
I just wanted to mention Sicilian is banned, so Team Ghana won't be able to pick it up. But Iwan did pick up MVPs in both previous matches.
That's true. Are we gonna see a Eudora? Oh my days, when's the last time you've seen Eudora in a 5-man setup?
Who said there are no shortcuts in life? I literally invented one.
Yeah, Zenit, welcome to the stream. Africa does play Mobile Legends. It's been in the country for, actually in the continent for a while. The scene is slowly building up to try to, eventually compete with the dominance that occurs there from the Southeast Asian servers. But this is our ladies' teams. South Africa up against Ghana. It's a test match to get prepared for the IESF, the grand stage, where they'll be competing in the internationals. So thank you everybody for tuning in to watch. It's a pleasure having you with us. We're just watching the final two picks. It's Flammable with the carry, Isla with the chip, Dimple Druid on the Aurora, Chip right now, kind of a monster.
Yeah, especially with that portal that can get portal from anywhere, bro.
Friend.
That's deadly, as we do see Team Ghana banning out Estes as their final ban in this first match. Itsuka gets another ban as she swapped out with a Dimple Druid.
Interesting bans from Team Ghana, like Estes, for instance. I haven't seen an Estes ban come through in many a moon.
That's true, as we do see Team SA does ban out Angela. So yeah, bro, it's this all comes down to, did the teams do their homework? Didn't the teams do their homework? Was there footage? Was there any information that they could get? As we do see Dreta picking up the Hanzo. Ooh, Rose showing us Belleric, and Ketsuka showing us the YSSS. That's one too many S's. YSS. But they're deciding to pick up Yo and Belleric, Rose on the Belleric. So I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, as Team Ghana does pick up Hylos for the final pick.
Yeah, so the Hanzo back into the mix once more. Target will probably be Aurora and Kimi. Though it's not with the Hanzo, it's not the easiest to get onto a Kimmy. Because I mean, when she's spraying out those shots, right, it's gonna be melting your health bar really fast.
Indeed, so I mean, we did feature a Kimmy up against the Hanzo last night in the Most Wanted list quarterfinals. So yeah, no, Kimmy does melt Hanzo's life quite quickly, bro.
Though interesting, look at that. It's the concussive blast on the Hanzo. That's not an emblem I've seen on Hanzo. I'm actually quite interested to see how this is going to play out with Hanzo picking up a concussive blast. Very interesting.
Going with yeah, let's not say anything. I mean, there has been occasions where we were like, wait, what is this? And it actually worked out.
Yeah. So I'm going to check what's happening there. Though it's going to be a Hylos with a lot of pressure on him to try to tank for the team of actually Hylos is AFK. We're going to have these issues here with this cross server platform, a cross server play. But Hylos was going to be the only frontliner for the team of for the side of Ghana, because I mean Shun, he's picked up Inspire, so he's going full out damage. Very, very interesting. Oh, look at this here from Chip, making that very early rotation. They wanted to go for a bit of a wave cut there. They managed to take carry down to a little bit of a health deficit, but the wave clear. Oh, look at this from Kimmy. Throws out the skills here. Look at the damage. Oh my goodness. Oh, and nice aim there on the Kimmy. But Flammable managing to heal back up. Hanzo with that insanely fast wave clear that we all know he has. Making the rotations, takes both his buffs, going to try and get a contest onto the Litho. But by the looks of things, gonna get zoned away. Chip doing an excellent job. They're chasing. Oh, the taunt lands out. That's first blood. Chip picking up first blood on the Hanzo in his own jungle. My goodness. And the Ketsuka taking full advantage of the fact, making the rotation here towards the Hanzo's jungle. Once you get a bit of a camp, Hanzo moving towards the XP lane side though, as we see Kimmy in a 2v1 situation. Hylos is in here trying to help the carry get at least some amount of farm. There's the opportunity to dive in. There's the stun with the follow-up. It's going to be the vengeance coming out from the carry. Can he keep awake? Oh, it's going to be so close. Kimmy gets the kill and they take down another. Quick rotations there from Dimple Druid on the Aurora as they get a kill onto the Hylos. South Africa 3-0 here at the 2nd minute mark in the game. The first turtle of the match is up. Hanzo just clearing out the jungle as best he can, waiting for a small position account, but I think might be scouted out here by the Chip. Chip just checking around there. Suyu spots out the Hanzo. Hanzo throws out the ultimate. There's the stun. There's the follow-up. Can they get the control? Yes, they do before Hanzo even gets set. Ultimate of his off. Meanwhile, we're gonna watch this battle here between the Belleric versus the Shun. Shun doing an okay job zoning away, but this first turtle of the game should definitely go uncontested to the side of Team SA.
So viewers, please ignore this spelling error there.
Oh my goodness, there's the engagement onto the Hanzo. Killing spree for Aurora in the not even 3rd minute of the game. She's going like a kill a minute here.
Yes, the king, not the link.
There's the engagement here. Chip using that ultimate of his and mobility, dragging the team to the top lane there. They get a quick pick up. It's 6-0 to SA at this early stage of the game. Kimmy gonna be picking up a ton of gold here with this from this shield. Hylos comes in there, but Chip just stops him from engaging onto the Kimmy. There's the glorious pathway coming out from the Hylos. Kimmy going in for the re-engage. Oh, Hanzo gets that out of his out. So close. Kimmy manages to escape. Oh my goodness. That was the great escape from Kimmy. Manages to get back to the safety of the tier 2 turret to recall. Hylos, a sliver of health away, manages to escape as well.
So just before the 4-minute mark, we do see Team SA having a whopping 3k gold lead.
Oh, the Wrath of Dryads comes out there. Suyu in with the follow-up as they take down this Hanzo yet again. Team SA on the hunt for Hanzo in his own jungle.
That is true. But we do see Belleric is leaving the Sun to farm up in the bot lane to put the pressure here in the mid lane.
My goodness. Yeah. It's going to be the passive that proc there from the Belleric getting the kill, but a beautifully placed freezing glacier there from the Aurora. There's the engagement underneath the turret. Chip pops the ultimate. They're engaging onto the Sun. He wants to throw those clones out, but Kemi comes in there, gets a double kill. 1 kill on the top of the map, 1 kill on the bottom. Hanzo gets the ultimate out, trying to chase Chip. He's trying to eat that bag of chips to escape. The team is in there. It's Suyu gets a kill. Hanzo, he's been dragged in there. His body is unstoppable for Kemi, and Isla survives it all somehow.
Bro, 12 kills just before the 5-minute mark. That's the first tier 1 turret taken down just before the 5-minute mark. That's almost a 6-kill advantage for Team SA.
That's crazy. 6k at this point in time here. Suyu goes in there, is a bit low, so it's going to disengage. The first turtle of the game is up. Oh, Chip pops the ultimate, drags everybody. Carry is just not having a nice time here in the gold lane. This Chip is causing absolute mayhem. I mean, that rotation so fast, the camera work couldn't even keep up.
Yeah, we should talk to the cameraman here, as we do see Hanzo is in there with his ult, but he is back to his body.
Oh, there's the stun, comes out onto the Aurora, the mid lane being pushed in there. They stun up the Hanzo one more time. Monster kill for the Kemi. She wants to go in for more. Killing spree for Suyu. Mid lane turret taken down 6 minutes into the game. Suyu and Kimi on the hunt for carry once more. Chip just popping those teleportation skills, going in there. Gonna catch the carry underneath the turret. The follow. Beautifully done by Suyu, but godlike for Kimi.
Bro, this is pretty much a bullying session. I'm very interested to see how Team SA is going to respond, because remember, Team SA is going to have the lag in the second match.
Yeah. As they're going to be chasing down the Hanzo, Suyu throws out that... Oh, Aurora with a full combination. Kimi's going in there. Manages to get another. It's going to be legendary for the Kimi. 21-0. Yeah, I do agree. It could potentially be the lag that's causing all of this consternation. I know when we do play these cross-server games, especially in custom lobbies like this, it wouldn't even really matter. It could be even in the tournament lobbies. We've seen that before. You've got to be in the same location. That's the only negativity towards playing these games or these test matches online. So Hanzo throws out the ultimate, wants to engage onto Suyu. He has the damage reduction form out there. Mid lane turret being destroyed. Hanzo escapes to the safety of the base. There's a bit of a wraparound. Conceal play comes out from the high road. Wants to go in. Legendary for the Kimi. There's a glorious pathway. Carry throws out those light wheels. Kimi turns around and starts dishing the damage. Oh, the taunt lands onto the Hanzo. There's the freezing glacier. There's the follow-up. Triple kill for Kimi. Mega kill for the Suyu. Third and final turtle is up, but I don't think Team SA are going to be going for that turtle. They might as well go for the Lord. End it all. End it early.
Yeah, as we do see that the fight is continuing under the tier 3 turret. I mean, Sun is in a lot of danger there. Will they get... Yes, they do. First tier 3 turret is taken down.
The pressure is on. The one minion is standing in there. Hanzo is going to go for that. Manages to stop it. But they do... Oh, look at the stun coming through. The follow-up. Mega kill. Legendaries. Left, right, and center. Chip in there with his with a stun follow-up. It's going to be another tier 3 turret. They're not even going for the Nexus. Oh, they've decided. Suyu throwing out a couple of slash. Just there, standing there, trying to defend with the clone. Hanzo once more wants to try to do some amount of defense, but he's gonna get melted down so quickly. There's the Wrath of Dryas. The Nexus is locked on. Game, set, match, Team SA. And this was, what, 28-0?
Yep, and this is also the fastest match that we've ever featured.
How many minutes was this?
8 minutes and 23 seconds.
Oh my
25
goodness.
seconds.
That's crazy fast. Unbelievable here. But let's see how the return leg is going to be. Will the lag feature? Let's see what's going to happen. We're going to have to be waited to be invited into the lobby for once, Scabskanker.
Yes, that is true, bro. So, yeah, my advice for Team SA to go into this, I mean, the Rise Up tournaments that teach us a lesson or two, playing with hyping. Just go with low skill heroes. Back to basics, heroes that you don't need to have high skills on. And yeah, and hope for the best.
Bring out the Belmont.
Bro, Balmond, oh crazy deadly now. But yeah, mentioning crazy strong heroes, Glue, oh my word, Glue is an annoyance at this point of time.
Yeah. He is, most definitely. Strangely enough, we haven't seen Glue being picked up, or even banned for that matter. But well, we'll get to see what's happening. We're just gonna wait to be re-invited into the lobby. And we return with South Africa versus Ghana. South Africa with a very dominant first game, 28-0, 8 minutes 23 seconds. How will the Ghanaian ladies respond in the next match? Stay tuned to find out. As we put on the pause screen just for a while, we're just going to wait for the lobbies to be set up. We will be back with you all in a few minutes. Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. We're getting into the banning phase. We have had the lobby bans. It was what? Chip, Fasa, Melissa, and one more. Sicilian. Yeah. Alright, so into the banning phase we go. This time around the lobby is going to be hosted by Ghana, so we'll get to see how much this will affect the gameplay of the South Africans. As we see Kimmy, definite respect band coming out.
Yeah, definitely. As we do see Team SA responding with the Granger ban. Granger not seeing the light of day tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final match of the MLB
True
to be
love
seen
is like
tonight.
blood.
So please do hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you like what we do. We would appreciate that
Butterfly is
support.
born
That's
by thy
your way
wish,
of saying thank you to
guided
us just
by
by pressing that
lantern's light.
like and subscribe button. As we do see Zushin and Camilla is banned out as we jump into the first picks into this final drafting phase.
Let's go. Hanabi, Sanjo.
Oh, Iwan picking up Honeybee, flammable with the Aerothol and Rose with the next pick.
Yeah, I suppose Team South Africa, with the lag that they're going to be experiencing, will try to keep it nice and simple.
My mission is to
As
protect
we do see
lives.
Rose does pick up Hylos. I mean, Honeybee with the especially high ping. I mean, Honeybee is a very good pick. Because I mean, you just need to spam your attack and your shurikens can jump anyway. As we see Dreto showing us Bane. Will it be Bane though?
Oh, going for the Hayabusa, looks like it. Something to dive into the backline.
Shadows loom, but my faith will
Oh, we do
always
see
protect
Dreto
me.
picking up Karina and Minji with the Vexana.
It's also been a while since I've seen a Karina pick in the mix here, but well, let's see how this works out. Ooh, Xborg could be a nice one to deal with the Karina.
Oh, Xbox a beautiful pick.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Love and hope are the two greatest
Angela being the final
inventions.
ban for the side of Team SA.
Angela, I suppose they don't want to get that Angela combination with the Erythel, with the
As timeless
Karina.
as a glacier's heart.
and Dimple Druid going for the Changi pick. So Changi got that crazy wave clear. I wonder, will we get to see some buff steals here?
That's one thing that Changi is very good for.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I'm playing out and I see a Changi on the opposition team, I'm like, oh, now I have to be worrying about my buff timers. Like, it has to be ingrained in my head. I can't do any overly fancy rotations. You have to worry about where this
Whole
Changi is.
world green and lively.
But Dimple Druid doesn't go for the Changi. Dimple Druid does pick up Valir as Bernard there, fourth there. Does pick up the Florid and Scarletta X with the Hilda. Isla showing us
It's
will
just,
it be extra though?
could, well, maybe. They want to counter heals with heals. Because I do love that Florin Hilda combination. As an early game pairing, it's a bit of a monstrous one. Especially with the double revitalize.
Oh yeah, that double ripper, bro. Team South Africa definitely needs to get that high damage down and potentially pick up the anti-heal very early.
Yeah, but you see, if you look at Team USA, they don't have burst. That Florin and Hilda picks could be very vital. Though, once again, I'm looking at the build from Scarletta X here. It's the killing spree on the Hilda, so it looks like it's going to be a damage Hilda.
So what you're saying is a very annoying Hilda.
It's a damage Hilda. A lot of what the effectiveness of the Hilda is going to depend on when Florin, the timing of Florin's Flask of Oasis. When the Flask of Oasis comes online, then Hilda is, even though she's going to go damage build here, it's going to be crazy. Karina, also going for the killing spree. But you notice something about Team Ghana here, Scarf Skankel. It's a ladies matchup, right? But look at the characters.
Female.
Interesting. You don't often get to see that. So the Ghanaian all ladies picking all ladies as we get into the second match in this best of two. Just to tell you viewers at home, South Africa picking up the first game, or winning the first game in record-breaking time here. As we're watching this time around, both jungles starting off on the opposite side. Looks like Karina is going to be making the rotation towards the XP lane, and X-Borg moving towards the gold lane. I don't think we're going to be seeing any early but ganks in here. It's going to be high loss up against Hilda in the XP lane. We're going to be watching this matchup here. Hilda just staying safe. Was going to throw out a couple of skills just to bonk onto that high loss. High loss gets the revitalize early. Wants to push for that level 2. But we switch to the mid lane battle here. X-Borg clearing out jungle and wants to go for the litho as well. Manages to secure the litho and then makes the rotation across. Karina starting off on the blue buff. X-Borg making his way towards the blue buff there. Meanwhile, Florence sticking around the gold lane. And a bit of a old school rotation here. There's a quick rotation from Estes. Erathel throws out that armor buster, but he's going to get slowed up. Look at the damage coming through here from Mlbb. There's the revitalize into the mix. Oh, but look at this from Valir, just burning through everything there. Keeping that Erathel at half health. Half mast, shall we say.
In the meantime, in the top lane, Hylos nearly took down Hilda. Hilda escaping with literally 1 millimeter of HP.
The action happening all the way across the map. X-Borg does have the frog armor. Are they going to go for this dive underneath the turret? I would go, especially knowing that Florin doesn't have the revitalize. There's the engagement, a lot of poke damage. X-Borg throws out that last insanity. Boom! First blood. And make it a double. So it's Team SA sacrificing the first turtle of the game and going in for a double kill under the turret. Which was definitely a worthy trade if you look at the gold lead, Scout Jaeger.
So, mentioning that, at the 2.5 minute mark, Team SA has the 2 kills advantage, plus the 1.4k gold lead.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like the lag is bothering them at this point of stage.
Yeah. It also comes down to the strategy here that Ghana are using. It's been many a season since we've seen 2 players in the gold lane.
You know, that rotation at yo, I'll finish now. Let me just get the laptop on charge.
Yeah. So South Africa, I don't think they really want to go for a gank here onto the Hilda and the XP lane. They're just throwing out the recall spams here as X-Borg comes in, just manages to get that bit of bomb. It's going to go for a small bit of invade. Can't do that up against a Karina. Building up the stacks there. Throws out the skill. Karina using that second skill to get to safety there. Meanwhile, a bit of pressure being placed here onto the mid lane by Team SA. They're pushing the waves through. Hanabi safe in a 1v2 situation. Managing not to have too much of problems. Has the level advantage over the Erathel. But we are in a 3v2 situation right now. As the Karina is waiting for a potential gank. X-Borg going in, gonna scout out the bushes, throws out that first skill of his. They are trying to engage onto the floor and wants to get the pull back on there. The revitalizer does come out, the stun is in there. Oh my goodness, look at that. Yes, this heals everybody up. The frog armor did get eliminated there from Katsuka on that X-Borg, but Team SA continuing from where they left off in the last game. Lag, no lag. Tier 1 turret taken down, 4th minute of the game.
Indeed, so what I was trying to say is, I mean, the risk of running this rotation, having your own babysit your marksman lane. If you're a proper marksman, you are going to get fed as quick as possible, and I mean that's the risk of that rotation. You don't want your enemy marksman to get fed early on. We do see the first turtle of the match does go to Team SA.
Yeah, the Eternal Guardian comes out from the Vexana, trying to zone Team SA away. The Glorious Pathway from the Hylot. It's going to be the last Insanity coming out there into the backline. They're targeting the Flora, knowing that she's the one that can change the course of the team fight. And they take down yet another kill. Xander, to answer your question, Hylos, I wouldn't really say is meta at this moment in time. Just a fairly decent pick. Nice, not too bad on the roaming position. Hylos, when you are roaming with a Hylos, gives you that large amount of early game potential. Oh, but look at this from the Hanabi. Goes in 2v1, gets a kill, but is taken down here by the Karina. However, there's Team SA. They're going through. They want to try to catch on to this Karina once more. It's a nice second skill there from the Valir, pushing back the Karina, keeping the Estes alive, and they managed to get the return kill. 6-1. First death for Team SA.
Well, Team Ghana, yeah. First death. First kill for Team Ghana. Yeah, so just before the 6-minute mark, I mean, bro, there's a lot going on. I mean, Team SA does have 3 tier 1 turrets, so that is map control, gold lead, and kills advantage. Team Ghana, they will need to pull a rabbit out of the hat on this one.
Lots of pressure being placed all across the map. There's the Glorious Pathway. The sun does come out there. They're trying to chase down this Karina. She does have the mobility. The slows are in there. It's Xborg with the last Insanity, trying to make sure that there's no escape for the Karina. She was trapped between, well, the bush in a hard place there, as they managed to catch her between the tier 1 and tier 2 turret bush. The revitalizers do come out. Xborg trying to pull back the frag armor on the Eternal Guardian. That's there from the Vexana. But Team SA, they decide to go a little bit more for jungle invade. They have achieved the objectives that they want to. Hanabi making the rotation all the way across from the gold lane, having secured the tier 1 turret, leaving Erothel to do the push, but starting up the third and final turtle of the game. Hylos making the rotation to try to do the protection here onto the gold lane. So a bit of a lane swap here from Team South Africa. Ghana, how are they going to respond? They need to get this Lauren into the game. Lauren pops the revitalize, taking a couple of hits there from the Valir. Could have been a little bit earlier, I would say, on that revitalize.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was a premature revitalize. However, I mean, they still have one in the bag. If Hilda can come and join the team fight here, and they get the defense up. I mean, Hilda is also going to be a crucial and key player coming in for Team Ghana. Need to get Hilda onto the back line of Team SA, but yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah, very difficult with the Estes and Valir around. Valir is a hard counter to a Hilda. Oh, look at that. Another tier 2 turret is taken down. It's a 4v2 situation. There's the Eternal Guard. It's going to be Karina into the mix, but there's a Glorious Pathway and Revitalize somehow keeping the Hylos alive. And then look at this. It's a Hanabi. She turns around, gets a double kill, going in for more, trying to dish out the damage. The heals coming in from not and make that a trouble. Hanabi versus the world. Hanabi wins.
I thought Hanabi was going to go and chase that Maniac. But she still has that opportunity to pick up another Maniac. Iwan, we need to give her credit, bro. Iwan is definitely playing a beautiful game tonight. She has definitely, from the last time I saw her, bro, 120% better. So Iwan, you can definitely be proud, super proud of your performance. Super shout out from Waylander Gaming.
Right, so Eternal Guardian does come through there just to defend the tier 2 turret, but they do get a pick-off kill there. Karina, she's gonna get caught out, however, got the pick-off onto Temple Druid on the Valir. Valir causing so much of chaos throughout this game. Karina was like, I'm done. I want this Valir. I don't care if it costs me my life. I'm taking you with me.
Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I'll actually mispronounce the name. As we do see the engagement onto Erothel.
Look at the damage! Look at the damage!
It's crazy.
Revitalizes. There's the last Insanity to the backline, but doesn't manage to catch up to anybody. The Glorious Pathway does come out from the Hyros. The Lord is up, just FYI. Lots of pressure being placed in, though I think Team SA will try to get this shield popped in. They want the minion wave to go through. There we should see the shield go down. Yes, so mid lane shield has been taken down. The frog armor being built up there by the X-Borg in the jungle. Once you get a bit of a... oh, looks at that from the Karina. Goes in, manages to take down the frog armor. The stun comes out. But Hylos, he's still managing to get that passive where he's landed. Hylos taking so much damage. He's trying to make his way back to the team. The glorious pathway does come out. They're trying to chase him down here. Estes is in there with the heals, but Hylos too fast, escaping it. The X-Borg still has the immortality up. Oh, look at this from the Navi. Monster kill in the bot lane. Waves being pushed in. Team SA not even worried about the Lord. They just want to kill, kill, kill.
They're going full send in this last set, bro. I mean, yeah, I expected something else coming into this the second match, especially being in the other servers, a custom lobby. But yeah, just currently drafted.
So it's like same old for Team SA. But wave being pushed in here, so we'll keep an eye on how this Lord. Okay, yeah, they just got a little bit of a push going. They want to go for the slow push, making the rotation here towards the XP lane. Or what actually to the bot lane, what was the gold lane previously. Hanabi, with a push on the top lane, maybe we'll go in for a 1v1 up against the Airtel. Wants to chase. Look at the damage. Oh my goodness. Insta delete. There's the stun comes out. The revitalize is not enough to do anything. Double kill for the Hanabi. She's continuing. Eternal Guardian does manage to CC up. The shutdown is there. The wave's not exactly synced here from Team SA. They're allowing the Lord to push freely through the mid lane, but we just get to see the last shield should pop as the next two waves go through. It's the top. Oh, we actually do manage to get a nice sync on the wave. The slow push working quite nicely. The glorious pathway is there. X-Borg is into the mix, throws out that last insanity. They want to focus onto the floor and killing spree for the X-Borg. Does have the immortality. The immortality is pop. The Lord is into the base. X-Borg trying to escape the attentions of Aerotel. The lock is almost on. There's going to be the revitalize coming up, but South Africa take this in another dominating performance here. As they win this, let's see the scores, 18-3.
GG's well played, and Owen picking once more the MVP. So that's 4 MVPs for the marksman of Team SA. Ladies, she can definitely be proud of that performance. But yeah, GG's well played to both teams. Team South Africa just proving to be the stronger team in this second series, but I mean 28-0 and now 18-3, and also breaking our record for fastest match on Waylander Gaming, 8 minutes and 25 seconds. Crazy good performance.
Yeah. 8 minutes 23. Yeah, that was super quick. Well played to the both teams, but congratulations once more to Team SA, the ladies from South Africa, going through, picking up all 4 victories, 4 games, 4 victories. Well done to them. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to, I'm just going to get our cameras up online. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be it from us here at Waylander Gaming tonight, bringing you the IESF test matches. South Africa first up against Mauritius, taking it 2-0. South Africa turning around, facing for the team from Ghana, the Ghanaian ladies, taking this also in a clean sweep fashion, 2-0. So 4 victories in all for Team South Africa. Well played to the ladies here. I'm sure they're very proud of themselves and the performance they put in tonight. So, Scapskinkle, any final words before we close tonight's stream?
Ladies and gentlemen, please hit that like, share and subscribe button. And thank you for joining us. And tomorrow night, we've got the Most Wanted List semi-finals. And Sunday evening, we've got the grand final. So Most Wanted List is concluding this weekend. So please come and show the support in the grand stages of the Most Wanted List. So very excited to see who is going to take it off and take it all. It is semi-final matches is Reverse Push up against the Econ Province and Saint Dynasty versus Equilibrium. So you see both matches has potential to actually be grand final matches, but you know, it's going to be two very strong teams in the grand final.
No, that's for sure. Those are 4 very, very strong teams in the mix in the most wanted list. But from us here at Waylander Gaming, bringing you the IESF test matches. Thank you once again for tuning in to watch, but we're gonna have to say goodbye and good night to you until we see you tomorrow as we continue the Mobile Legends action here. Thank you for watching.